Okay, so good afternoon, or I think it's morning actually for you. So good morning, Mike. So how are you doing today?
Yeah, good. It's 11 a.m. here in the U.S. on the East Coast. Doing good.
Cool.
Glad to be talking to
I'm
you.
gonna be interviewing you about distributed computing and technologies relating to that, such as blockchain tech and things like that. So really glad to have you here today. So this is gonna be done as part of my digital assignment in the parallel and distributed computing subject in my course. So yeah, we'll start with the interview, I suppose. So like I already saw on your LinkedIn, you are currently working as a UX designer for Zoo, am I right?
Yeah. I actually got. I'm the senior designer there now. So
Wonderful,
what
wonderful.
I
So I'd like to know more about like the things that you do there on the daily, like what kind of projects that you're working on. I mean, assuming that it's not confidential, like give me an
yeah
overview or something like that.
yeah. So basically, like what my role is, I'm in charge of all the client services. We have the product team. We have the sales team, all that. I'm in charge of after it goes through all the sales and everything. It comes to the client services. So I work on like custom design and development for projects, large companies like Amazon, Spotify,
Cool,
Bose
cool, cool.
headphones, Microsoft, stuff like that. And I've also been building out and managing the design team.
All right, I see. So, as we talked about earlier, I would like to know like your thoughts on distributed and parallel computing as a whole. So yeah, let me know something about that.
Yeah, it's actually great timing on that question because I'm actually mining helium,
Oh,
which is if you look it up, it's helium.com. You look it up, it's a distributed network, and basically it goes over like radio waves. So I have like a little miner. I think you might have seen it on my Facebook. Maybe it's just a little box,
oh, I see,
and
I see.
that. So yeah, I think overall distributed is it's more scalable, and that's like kind of what I'm going into personally, career wise. Seems like everything's kind of going that way,
Truly,
but yeah,
like
it's
with big
yeah,
data, tech companies, like technologies like Hadoop, etc., has been making a lot of moves, especially with cloud computing and things like that. Okay,
exactly.
so yeah, so some of my other questions is like, what do you think about like blockchain technology in general, and what holds for the future at this point, with it being one of the major industry implementations of distributed technology as a whole?
Actually, give me 1 second. I just realized my computer is on 1%. Just let me grab
Yeah, sure,
my.
sure, sure. No worries, no
Sorry about.
worries. All right.
Hey,
So,
sorry about that.
yeah, no worries, man. Okay. So,
Just
talking
someone working in the tech
blockchain.
space, you would think that I would have my computer charged.
It's fine. Happens to the best.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So, as we were
But
talking about blockchain tech, yeah, go on, please.
yeah. Yeah, so obviously we're in the beginning stages right now. As like when we talk about things like NFTs and such, it's kind of like back in the gaming era when Pong first came out. I think right now in the NFT space and the blockchain space, everybody's creating. Like I created my own crypto just to do it. I'm not like really shilling it or like putting it out there, but anyone can do it. So I feel like we're in the beginning stage of that, like Pong compared to like PlayStation 5.
Yes, definitely,
It's
man.
gonna be years until we actually get like global adoption of it. Obviously, I think we might have some other questions that we could dive deeper into that, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, overall, it's like the most exciting thing. It's like being a part of like the internet boom back in
Cool,
like
man.
the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, definitely. Like the earliest implementations of blockchain has been like dated back to like 2008 and stuff. But why do you think it's something that has been quite a bit of a debate in recent times? What do you think about decentralized finance in general? Like do you think it is the future? Like, would there be objections? Like, as we can see, like it's been repeatedly banned and unbanned in China, and even my country, India, has been in talks about regulation and things like that. And what do you think about stable coins such as USDT, things like that? So yeah, let me know about that.
Yeah, I think there's a need for the stable coin in a certain sense because you have all these like I don't want to cuss on here, but you have all these poo coins that are thrown around, and like I said earlier, like anyone can create them. So there needs to be some sort of balance between these projects that go up 1,000,000% in a few months and whatnot. It's just not it's not realistic. It's not going to be long
Truly, yes, yes,
lasting,
yes.
and there needs to be something call, calling something USDT or anything like that. I personally think the US dollar, if you related that, if you looked at it as though the US dollar was a crypto, you would think it is another one of these scam coins, because there's only one node, there's infinite supply, you can keep printing it, inflation is insane with it. So um, I think there needs to be. I'm a big believer in Ethereum being one of the main. Bitcoin is always going to be there because it's the first. It has
Exactly,
seniority.
like a monopoly. Like I mean, like you
Yeah,
draw parallels between like how Windows is like dominating the whole operating system scene when there are like so much more good open source systems like various distros of Linux and everything. They are actually like killing the game right now. But then like the monopoly is still more or less there. Like so, yeah, I think we can look at
I think,
something like that. It is not the best, but since it's like the oldest and most more like popular thing,
yeah.
it is still continuing its run. Yeah, true. I feel you on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, think about it like in a sense of like global adoption. The people like my mom or someone who has no idea, they're just going to go and get the thing that's there in front of them, the
Yes.
easiest to acquire. You can get Bitcoin on Coinbase or anything like super easy like that. So eventually, we're going to see more adoption, obviously, but that's going to come with easier to use DeFi platforms, stuff like that. I love stuff like the decentralized exchanges like Pancake Swap. I've been staking
Oh,
some of my cake on Pancake Swap for almost a year now.
that's impressive.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, like
I'm a believer
personally,
in that
I
stuff.
heard about like staking and things like that just this February, I think. So yeah, that's something to ponder over. Yeah, and
Yeah.
moreover, I would like to like draw your attention upon the whole speculative versus like utility debate. Like what other rather I shouldn't say unpopular, but more like unconventional utilities that cryptocurrency might have in the future. Like, so what industries do you think will play a part in that?
I honestly think like when we talk about like NFTs and stuff, like we're just talking about like JPEGs right now. Like I was saying, like the Pong versus PlayStation 5. But
Exactly, it's been taking over the art industry by storm, you could say. But yeah, I
yeah, I truly
there'll
I
be like
believe
more
that
things coming soon. Yeah, yeah, go on.
I believe like eventually even people like I said, like I use my mom as an example. She has no idea about technology. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that people will buy houses as an NFT, a non-fungible token. I believe that cars, anything that's contractual, I believe will be done through what we consider right now as an NFT. It won't be like a collectible, like we're collecting.
Right, right.
It's like collecting Pokemon cards at this point. But eventually, that process of having smart contracts, it will be for everything. So banking, buying cars, mortgages, stuff like that. I think that's just my opinion, but
That's pretty interesting to think about actually. Like since essentially they are like receipts that can be like logged in the blockchain forever. So
yeah,
that's a very interesting utility to be honest. Like it's definitely unconventional, but I think it is something that can happen. Really, who knows at this point? Yeah. So
yeah.
and moreover, I want to hear your thoughts on the whole Zuckerberg's metaverse thing and how NFTs and crypto will play a part in this.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like a company that big changing its whole parent company branding and everything.
Definitely.
Obviously, they want to be a part of this. I think it's really interesting because with the amount of gamers that are out there right now, the fact that you could basically play to earn is pretty awesome. You don't need to be like a gamer now who goes and gets like a sponsorship or something like that. You could literally
Mm.
like platforms like Decentraland. You could literally create your own NFTs in there. You can mine in there, like stuff like that. So I think it's super interesting. And yeah, I have metaverse wise. Um,
Hmm.
there's a few things that I have them listed here. Lightship.dev,
Oh.
Decentraland, obviously, metahero.io,
True, bro. I
sandbox.game.
saw these projects in a Facebook status that you put up
Yeah,
a while ago. I think like when the announcement was first made. It was truly interesting stuff, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And from a senior UX designer's point of view, what do you think about UX roles? The role of UX in like exchanges and making it like more intuitive and more reachable to like the common man. Like right now, while there is a lot of hype around crypto as a whole, there is not a lot of people that are not that tech savvy getting into it at this point because they still don't, wrap their minds around a concept like virtual currencies and things like that, even if it has been like a decade since it started. Like with the booming that it's at right now, like you could call it a bullish run for like the last 3 4 years
yeah.
or something. Yeah, so what do you think
We're in a bubble.
would be to simplify things like that for the common people?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at least in the US, if you look at banking over the last like decade or 2 decades, there was no real, nobody really cared about how pretty it looked or how easy it was. It was just like, hey, you have to use this, so deal with it. I feel like now there's a big boom. I'm seeing it just looking around at what's out there in the job space. I'm seeing a big boom in product designers, UI, UX designers, developers, all that kind of stuff. Because the first thing someone sees, if they're not tech savvy, the first thing they look at is it pretty? And the second thing that
Exactly.
they realize is it easy to use and intuitive? So I think the space that I'm in has like substantial opportunity for growth. So people coming up like, um, I mean, you don't even really need to technically say you're someone who's a little bit older and you're out of college already. You don't need to go back to college to get it. You can do certifications, stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's very big opportunity for product design, UI UX design,
Yes.
because with all of them popping up everywhere, it needs to be the prettiest and the easiest to use. Um,
Definitely.
so that's
Like
yeah,
in my country as well, like Adobe has partnered with the consortium of companies in my country to like offer UX fundamental course, and like I was also going through it. Like they were teaching
yeah,
us, stuff like Adobe XD and things like that. So yeah, I feel like
yeah.
this is a really interesting industry to look at as well. So yeah, bro, thank you so much. That is pretty much it. So yeah, you want to say something to conclude this?
One thing I was going to say is that I'm really seeing a closer combination between developers and product designers with platforms like Figma, where you could actually go in and you could inspect code, like
Oh,
CSS and stuff like that. You could see different animations that people are making. Before it used to be like, here's the design, here's the developer, and
yes,
you just hand it off to them. Now it's like a more congruent working space between
definitely,
those
man.
two, which is great. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
no,
the
I,
future of tech is
I
looking
appreciate
good.
it. Yeah, yeah, no, I appreciate the time, and I even have like a few things written down here. So if you need to go back and look at anything, I wrote a few things down just to kind of expand on some of the stuff that we talked about.
Cool, man. That would be nice, please.
Yeah, yeah,
So, okay, man.
cool.
So, yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out and seeing that how busy you are in the last few weeks. It's been an enlightening experience. So, yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you have a good day.
All right, you too. Take care.
Okay, man. Thank